All right, strap in, everyone. We've got some news coming out of the crypto world that could be a real game changer.
Yeah, this is big.
Franklin Templeton, and they're a huge name in asset management. We're talking over $1.4 trillion managed.
Yeah, that's right.
They're looking to launch an XRP ETF.
This is fascinating. I think it really signals a potential shift. We could see more institutional interest towards XRP.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, Franklin Templeton, they're not some, small-time operation.
Right.
They're established, they're players, and I think this move suggests that they've got at least some degree of confidence in XRP's future.
Even with the SEC breathing down Ripple's neck.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Okay, so for anyone listening who might not be, totally up on their ETF lingo,
Right.
what does this actually mean?
Well, an ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is basically a basket of assets that you can buy and sell on a stock exchange just like a regular stock.
Okay.
So if you imagine an XRP ETF, you wouldn't need to deal with all the complexities of crypto exchanges or private keys.
Right.
It would simplify XRP investment, making it accessible to way more investors,
For sure.
especially those traditional folks who've been hesitant about kind of dipping their toes into crypto waters.
So this could potentially be huge for XRP?
Yeah.
I mean, you think about wider adoption, more mainstream appeal, all that good stuff.
Precisely. And it's worth noting that Franklin Templeton's proposed ETF, this one's particularly interesting because it's designed to be a spot ETF, meaning it would directly track the actual price of XRP.
Gotcha.
And this is different from futures-based ETFs, which can be more complex and may not reflect the underlying asset's price as accurately.
So this would be a more straightforward way for investors to get exposure to XRP's price movements.
Yeah.
And for XRP itself, it's almost like a potential ticket to the big leagues.
Exactly. But of course, there is a major hurdle standing in the way.
The SEC.
You got it. The SEC hasn't exactly been throwing confetti for crypto ETFs,
Okay.
especially those tied to altcoins like XRP.
Uh-huh.
And the whole reason behind their reluctance is the ongoing legal battle with Ripple.
Right, that lawsuit. I feel like we need to break this down for anyone just tuning in because it's pretty central to this whole XRP saga.
Absolutely. So the SEC's core argument is that XRP is actually a security, not a currency.
Right.
And why does this matter? Well, if XRP is classified as a security, it falls under a much stricter set of regulations,
Right.
which affects how it's traded and who can invest in it.
Mm-hmm.
And this classification debate, it's a major reason why the SEC has been hesitant to approve any XRP ETFs.
And it's been making things pretty volatile for XRP's price.
Right.
We saw a jump when rumors started circulating about a potential resolution to the lawsuit.
Oh, yeah. A classic case of buy the rumor. Investors get excited about a potential positive outcome. They rush to buy in, driving the price up.
Right.
But then you see the flip side, sell the news. When the actual news, whatever it may be, is announced and some investors decide to cash out, leading to a dip in price.
So you're telling me to be careful about riding those hype waves.
Exactly. It's tempting, especially in the fast-paced world of crypto. But it's crucial to understand the underlying factors driving price movements.
Right.
Don't just blindly follow the crowd.
Solid advice. Okay, so we've got this huge asset manager betting on XRP,
Yeah.
a potential ETF that could really shake things up,
Right.
and a lawsuit hanging over it all. So what's the latest on that legal front?
Well, there's a lot of buzz that a resolution, whether it's a settlement or a final ruling, might be just around the corner.
Okay.
Eleanor Terrett, she's a journalist who covers the SEC for Fox Business, has been dropping hints about a potential decision soon.
Okay, so let's play out the scenarios here.
Sure.
What happens if Ripple wins this thing? What are the implications, not just for XRP, but for the whole crypto landscape?
Well, if Ripple manages to convince the court that XRP is not a security, it would be a monumental win. Not just for them, but potentially for the entire crypto industry.
Why is that?
Because it would set a precedent. You see, it would challenge the SEC's current stance on how cryptocurrencies are classified and regulated.
Okay.
A Ripple victory could open the floodgates for a wave of new altcoin ETFs. It would signal to the market that the SEC's grip on the crypto world may be loosening.
Wow. Okay. That's a pretty significant domino to fall.
Absolutely. It would be a major turning point in the relationship between crypto and regulators.
For sure.
But on the flip side, what happens if Ripple loses this legal battle?
Well, I'm guessing it's not good news for XRP.
It would definitely be a blow. we likely see a sell-off, potentially causing a significant drop in XRP's price.
Right.
And beyond that, it would embolden the SEC to crack down even harder on other cryptocurrencies they deem to be securities.
So the stakes are really high here. It's not just about one company or one cryptocurrency.
It's about the future of crypto's place in the financial system.
Interesting. Yeah, it does feel like everyone's kind of watching this case, holding their breath to see how it all plays out.
Right.
I mean, those Bloomberg analysts we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
they gave XRP ETFs like a 65% chance of approval, which is higher than other crypto ETFs
Yes.
like Litecoin, Solana, or even Dogecoin.
Right.
So why are the odds seemingly better for XRP?
I think it all really hinges on this lawsuit.
Okay.
The SEC's primary argument against XRP has been this whole question of, is it a security?
Right.
If Ripple wins and the court rules that XRP is not a security,
Mm-hmm.
well, then that main roadblock to approval is essentially removed.
So it's make or break time for the XRP ETF,
Yeah.
all riding on this one legal decision.
Precisely. And it's not just about their own ETF. A Ripple victory could pave the way for, just a whole wave of altcoin ETFs,
Oh,
significantly weakening the SEC's current stance on how cryptocurrencies are classified.
but what makes those analysts think Ripple has a fighting chance? I mean, the SEC hasn't exactly been a pushover when it comes to crypto regulation.
There have been some interesting developments in the case. The judge, he recently granted Ripple access to internal SEC emails
What?
that could potentially reveal inconsistencies in, how the agency has approached crypto regulation.
Wait, so you're saying there's a chance that the SEC might have been applying the rules differently for different cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, that's exactly what Ripple's legal team is aiming to demonstrate.
Interesting.
And if they can show that the SEC hasn't been consistent, or transparent, it could seriously undermine their case against Ripple.
Okay, so we've got potential legal drama unfolding, a major asset manager making a bold move, and the whole crypto world watching with bated breath. This is high stakes all around.
Yeah.
But what does all this mean for someone who's maybe thinking about investing in XRP?
First and foremost, I think this is a perfect example of why it's so crucial to do your own research.
Yeah.
Don't just jump into XRP because of the hype surrounding the lawsuit or the potential ETF.
So don't just buy the rumor. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Take the time to, understand the technology behind XRP.
Yeah.
The team behind it, the regulatory challenges that it faces. Remember, this is still an emerging market, which means there's inherent volatility and risk.
So even if Ripple wins the lawsuit, there are no guarantees.
None whatsoever. There will still be competition from other cryptocurrencies and, of course, that constantly evolving regulatory landscape to navigate.
Right, so let's say someone's done their research, weighed the risks, and they believe in XRP's long-term potential.
Okay.
What should they be keeping an eye on in the coming weeks and months?
Well, obviously, the lawsuit outcome is, the big one.
Right.
If Ripple wins, it could trigger a price surge, and that ETF approval might come through much faster. But it's not just about the short-term price movements.
So what else should people be paying attention to?
Look at how Ripple continues to build partnerships with, banks and financial institutions.
Sure.
Are they expanding their reach? Are they successfully integrating XRP into real-world payment systems? Those are indicators of long-term growth and adoption.
So it's about looking beyond the hype and assessing the fundamentals.
Precisely.
Now, I know we've been focusing a lot on the legal and financial side of things,
Right.
but I kind of want to shift gears for a moment and talk about the technology itself. What makes XRP stand out from the crowd? Why is it attracting so much attention from major players like Franklin Templeton?
Well, XRP was specifically designed to address, a real-world problem. The inefficiencies of cross-border payments. It was built to be a fast, efficient, and low-cost way to move money across borders.
So it's kind of like a digital upgrade to the current system.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Okay.
And that's why Ripple has been actively partnering with banks and financial institutions around the world,
Wow.
integrating XRP into their existing payment infrastructure.
That makes sense. It's not just about speculation. It's about solving a real-world problem.
Exactly. And that's what differentiates it from, some other cryptocurrencies that are, primarily focused on decentralized finance or store of value applications. XRP aims to bridge the gap between the traditional financial world and the crypto world.
Okay, so we've got the technology,
Right.
the potential use cases, and the regulatory drama. But who are the people behind XRP? Who's driving this whole project forward?
So Ripple Labs, the company behind XRP, is led by Brad Garlinghouse.
Okay.
He's, a veteran tech executive with a strong background in the payments industry.
So it's not just a group of anonymous developers working in a basement.
Not at all. They've assembled a team of, experienced engineers, developers, and business strategists. And
Wow.
that's something potential investors should consider. It's not just about the technology itself, it's about the team's ability to execute their vision and navigate the complexities of the market.
Sounds like they've got a lot on their plate.
They do, but they've also achieved, some significant milestones. They've secured partnerships with major financial institutions, and they've been actively pushing for regulatory clarity. Love them or hate them, you can't deny that Ripple is a force to be reckoned with in the crypto space.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here today.
We have.
We've talked about the potential of an XRP ETF,
Right.
the ongoing legal battle with the SEC,
Yeah.
the technology behind XRP,
Yeah.
and the team driving it forward. It's clear that XRP is at a crossroads
It is.
with the potential for both significant upside and downside.
It really is a fascinating case study in the evolution of the crypto market. We're witnessing the collision of traditional finance and the decentralized world of blockchain. And the outcome is still uncertain.
It's exciting, it's nerve-wracking, and it's definitely something worth paying close attention to. So for our listeners who are intrigued by XRP and want to learn more, where should they go?
Ripple's website is a good starting point. They have a blog, white papers, and, explainer videos that delve into the technical details of XRP and its use cases.
And what about, like, keeping up with the news and analysis?
Reputable crypto news sites like CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, and The Block are excellent sources for staying informed about the latest developments in the crypto world, including the ongoing Ripple lawsuit. They offer a mix of news reporting, in-depth analysis, and expert opinions.
And of course, you can always count on us here at The Deep Dive to keep you up to date on the most important stories shaping the future of technology, finance, and everything in between.
Absolutely. We'll continue to follow this story closely and bring you expert insights and analysis every step of the way.
All right, folks, it's time for our final thoughts on XRP. We've explored the potential, the risks, and the uncertainties. Now we want to hear from you. So after this deep dive into XRP, its potential ETF, and that nail-biter lawsuit, what are your thoughts? Do you see XRP as a risky gamble or a potential hidden gem in the crypto world?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And, there's no simple answer. There are compelling arguments to be made on both sides. It really boils down to, your own personal risk tolerance, your investment goals, and how much you believe in XRP's long-term potential.
It's a lot to consider, that's for sure. But I mean, even with all this uncertainty swirling around, the fact that analysts are giving XRP ETFs better than even odds of approval is pretty interesting, wouldn't you say?
It definitely speaks volumes about the weight of this lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it suggests that a Ripple victory could have, like, a ripple effect, so to speak, throughout the entire crypto space.
Interesting.
It's not just about one ETF, it's about potentially setting a precedent for how the SEC approaches crypto regulation in general.
So a win for Ripple could be a win for the whole industry.
Yeah.
Bringing some much-needed clarity and certainty to the regulatory landscape.
Precisely. It could level the playing field and encourage more institutional investors to enter the market. But, of course, we also have to consider the other side of the coin. What if Ripple loses?
That's the part that makes me a little nervous, to be honest.
It wouldn't be a good look for XRP, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We could see a significant drop in price, as investors lose confidence. And beyond that, it would likely embolden the SEC to take a more aggressive stance towards regulating other cryptocurrencies.
It's almost like this case is like a proxy war between the old guard of traditional finance
Yeah.
and this new wave of crypto innovation.
That's a great way to put it. And the outcome of this battle could shape the future of finance for years to come. But even if Ripple wins this round, it's important to remember that this is a long game.
Right.
And the fight for regulatory clarity in the crypto world is far from over.
It feels like we're just at the beginning of this whole saga.
We are. The crypto market is still in its early stages of development. The rules of the game are still being written, and there will undoubtedly be more challenges and controversies along the way. It's exciting, it's volatile, and it's definitely not for the faint of heart.
So what's your final takeaway for our listeners? What's the one thing you want them to remember after this deep dive into the world of XRP?
Knowledge is power. Stay informed, ask questions, and don't let FOMO, that fear of missing out, drive your investment decisions. Do your own research, consult with financial advisors if needed, and most importantly, only invest what you can afford to lose.
Words of wisdom. This is a wild, unpredictable world we're navigating, and a little bit of caution goes a long way.
Absolutely. And on that note, we'll be keeping a close eye on all the developments in the XRP saga, and we'll be back to break it all down for you.
So until next time, keep diving deep into the fascinating world of technology and innovation, and don't forget to let us know your thoughts on XRP. Is it a game changer or a gamble? Head over to our social media channels and join the conversation.